often do you check your Twitter notifications? Your Instagram likes? How often do you binge watch Netflix? How do you feel when you partake in these activities? Are they distractions? And what are these things distracting you from?
The phrase bread and circuses derives from the Latin panem et circenses, and more broadly means a superficial means of appeasement. This phrase was coined by the Roman poet Juvenal, circa AD 100, in his work Satire X. In Juvenal's work, the Latin panem et circenses, bread and circuses, is metonymic of the Roman people's only remaining cares, emphasizing that they no longer pay attention to anything beyond the distractions around them. In Satire X, Juvenal continues to display his contempt for the state that modern Rome is in, going along the same theme of distraction and diversion that panem et circenses suggests.
When looking at politics, this phrase describes the notion of public approval, stemming not through incredible governmental officials or fabulous public policy, but distractions left to the common people, the bread and circuses. This can be seen in Rome as early as 140 BC, with the introduction of a grain dole. Roman politicians passed this law to keep the votes of poorer citizens by giving out bread and circuses and satisfying their immediate needs. Juvenal not only is critiquing the officials that create these distractions, but the common people themselves, the neglect of wider concerns and that stem beyond their own concerns.
Basically, ancient Rome was a society that completely revolved around war, and where compassion was considered a vice rather than a virtue. The Romans saw gladiatorial contests not as a form of decadence, but as a cure for decadence. To a Roman, compassion was a detestable vice, which was considered both decadent and feminine. Watching people and animals slaughtered brutally in the arena was seen as a way to keep the civilian population from this weakness. Huffington Post author Amy Scanlon.
How do we see the theme of bread and circuses in our own modern society? The parallels we can draw between Rome and America are vast. While we've long since gotten rid of Roman spheres of entertainment such as gladiator competitions or public executions, we've replaced these distractions with newer and more seemingly civil ones. Now we are infatuated with celebrity culture and keeping up with the Kardashians. Michael Gene Sullivan, awarded political playwright, builds on this connection between Roman and American society.
We've been massaged into believing that the highest form of citizenship is celebrity, and that listening to the day-to-day drivelings of someone who is famous for something rather trivial is much more important than paying attention to someone of intellectual note defending our essential needs or rights. And as for standing up for ourselves, we are more likely than not to be met with, "Who do you think you are?" implying that we've forgotten that our lack of celebrity equals utter powerlessness.
As for the bread in this equation, Sullivan suggests that our modern technological devices have come to replace the Roman panem distraction. He goes on to say, "We have been provided with a tool that in the main serves as a constant distraction to the actual degradation of our situation."
So how do we unchain ourselves from these modern distractions and look past the political norm of placation and instant gratification? This is the 21st century dilemma that we must consider as we go forth and navigate our political climate.
Bum, bum, bum.